Welcome to Tecumseh, Ontario for the start of play for the Men's Baseball Championships for Baseball Canada. We're happy to have you with us here at Burt-Lacoste Park as we start our coverage here on We Digital with a matchup between the Newmarket Hawks and the Dartmouth Dry. I'm Justin Prince, Ted Beal with me alongside for today as the battle is on between Ontario and Nova Scotia. And this should be an intense matchup to start. Newmarket, one of the more red-hot teams in all of Ontario. Nova Scotia's representative 23 times provincial champions, looking to try and add to what's been a few times at the national level.
Absolutely ideal conditions as we have the local liberal representative bouncing in the ceremonial first pitch.
Eric Kuzmarczyk throwing the pitch. Start things off ceremonially for today.
Dartmouth Dry in the sporting the Old English D in the white unis, and we have the Oakland Athletics look from Newmarket. Wonderful.
Let's take a look at the Ontario lineup today. Darcy Moore, Brian Sanford, Troy McLaughlin, Dan Telford, Lenny Wood, Cooper Tompkinson, Tower Giancos, Connor Patterson, Ryan Lunny. Round out the lineup for today for Ontario. Again, Ontario represented by the Newmarket Hawks, who went 15-5 in GTBL play. See how they play in this tournament after being one of the favorites from the Ontario eliminations per the coverage. Take a look at how things are going to be structured today. It's going to be a busy day here at the ballpark, to say the very least. It's going to be a day where you have 16 games over the course of these next 4+ days here, Ted. It's going to be intense, but it's also going to be important to do well, to say the very least.
No, you want a good start, obviously, for both of these teams and anybody getting off on their first game today. It's hard to make up ground. You've got two pools of 5 with the format. They've got 4 games to prove themselves, to get going, get positioned for their play down at the end here through Saturday and Sunday. And so ultimately they want to make sure they get that good start. And I think these teams will be ready to go.
We're seeing 16 degrees today, so a bit cooler, one of the more cooler temperatures in a while. Your starting pitcher, by the way, for the Dry is Anthony McKinley. He'll also be the DH today. He starts things off with a strike, 0-1 for our first batter, Darcy Moore. And Moore led his team in home runs and RBIs, one of the team and league best. Strike 2, swing and miss.
Working quickly between pitches here. We'll see how he takes a break on this one.
The 0-2. Oh, and that hit him. So a hit by pitch to start things off today on the third pitch of the ball game. What's a runner at first already?
Yeah, you never like to see that with 0-2 count. Newmarket leadoff hitter was not going to give any ground. Obviously, he was looking for a bit of help there, and he got it. Tailing inside fastball, it looked like it just played right into his elbow.
So that brings up Sanford. Brian Sanford, the left fielder for this ball game. First pitch, first ball. 1-0 is the count. Runner at first, nobody out in the top of the first inning of this one. First game of this tournament underway for the Canadians Men's Baseball Championships. Goes for the squeeze, the hit and run on the bunt. And count that as a sacrifice. That moves the runner forward on the bunt attempt.
Yeah, it worked out as a sacrifice, but he's actually looking to bunt for a hit there. He was running as he was making contact with the ball, but ultimately did a good
goes
job.
For the squeeze, the hit and run on the bunt.
To second base.
Count that. So Troy McLaughlin will now come up He's at second base for today and has a runner in scoring position. Get one out here in the inning. And slides out of the zone. 1-0 is the count.
About a 260 on the season. Interesting look, must be a hot bat recently because he's in the 3-hole spot.
Going for the strike with fastball, trying to check things up at second. But a run back there goes Moore back in position.
Interesting because I thought he was either fake stealing or either moving on that pitch. Dartmouth not taking advantage of throwing behind him to get him in a rundown.
1-1. Off speed, misses the bottom corner. 2-1. Giant lead at second. Hard contact, right field, in for a base hit. Wayne home is Moore, and Darcy Moore scores the first run of the tournament on an RBI single.
You can't ask for much more from the 3-hole spot there, McLaughlin. Going with the pitch to the opposite direction and obviously driving in the run. He's a former Durham College Lord, but obviously he's in the 3-hole for a reason.
That's going to bring up someone from last night's home run derby, Dan Telford.
Umpires conferring here. I'd like to see what the discussion's about.
Not sure what they're conferring about. Let's take a look once again at the replay. I think that Telford is being told to walk back. Something is up here.
Could be an equipment issue. The umpires were referring to the headgear. Perhaps it has to do with the helmet. That was going to be a little further discussion. The third base coach is included here.
So the issue is the helmet, Ted. Is the confirmation, is the equipment issue. 2 ear flaps is the situation there. So it's the wrong type of helmet for what is needed here.
Yeah, and it could just be the situation where inappropriate make of the helmet.
And it looks like now they have sorted things out here after the equipment issue. Runner still at first, 1 out. There's the 2 ears now on the helmet. To have the protection on for Telford. Swings heartily through it, 0-1. Telford, as we talked about last night, has been with this program since 2011, a long time here. Graduated from South Dakota State University. One time, .316 hitter for his career. Winning .416 as a senior. 1-1 the count. During the 2024 Ontario eliminations, he went 6 for 16 to help propel them forward. He fouls that one to his first base coach with an empty catch.
Always good to see the base coaches get involved. Not much of a lead by McLaughlin over there at first.
Keeping it safe with a runner at first here. Still 1 out in the inning. Off-speed misses. 2-2. Again, 2-2 is the count at the plate. And Telford fouls it off himself. Stays 2-2 at the plate.
Telford obviously reading fastball there. A little bit too far in to get it in fair territory. Obviously got it off his body, but obviously he's trying to play himself into a situation where he gets the right pitch.
2-2. Telford to right field, but in the infield instead, caught by McKinnon.
Couldn't clear the hands or the hips on that one. Had to protect with 2
Right
strikes.
fielder number 2, Lenny Wood.
So a simple catch to second base. That brings up Lenny Wood, the right fielder. Wood gets a hearty swing on it, but it sails foul down the right field line and then some. Again, for those tuning in, 1-0 is your score from Newmarket. Swing and miss. 0-2 is the count at the plate. Hard contact by Wood, left center field, but tracked down by Head for the out. And that retires the side with Newmarket up in the ball game. 1 hit, 1 run, no errors. 1 runner left on for the Hawks.
For Ontario in the top of the
That's
first.
the top of the first
1
inning.
run on 1 hit.
Here on
there were no
Wheat
errors
Digital.
and 1 runner left.
Productive opening half for Newmarket. It's always good to get a run across in the first inning, and now they can play with the lead. Hopefully the pitcher will be a little more confident as he strides the mound.
And it's going to lead to the Tri, who have had some momentum, to say the very least, coming in to the plate. 19 of their past 20 games they've won, mind you, in this tourney. There's a look at Christian Mullen. He'll be the pitcher for Newmarket for this one to start things off today. But the Dry ended up picking up a lot of different players as part of their tournament preparation, including grand total 4 from their under-22 team, making their debuts today. Again, that was the Ontario lineup from earlier. Again, the Ontario lineup were Sanford, McLaughlin, Telford, Wood, Tompkinson, Giancos, Patterson, and Lunny earlier today. Take a look at the defensive alignment once again from what Dartmouth had. Head, along with Gouvier. You also had Fader, Boutillier at third, Farlow, McKinnon, Trider, Raftas, one of the under-22s at catcher today for the Dry. Again, that's a look at how Nova Scotia lined things up here today defensively.
Definitely one of the younger teams.
Nova
Dartmouth,
The shortstop, number
average age
22,
across their roster is 26.
Farrell.
So they are the youngest team in this draw. Obviously with some additional pickups, it's nice to see the young man Raftas, tender age of 21, getting the start behind the dish for Dartmouth.
And underway for the Dry. Playing, starting things off, Chris Faro. Faro is the shortstop for the squad.
He's one of those Sydney pickups for the Dartmouth squad.
Swings on through it though, 0-2 already at the plate. Now keep in mind, they are without their top shortstop here at Tecumseh, Chris Thibodeau. The 4-time league MVP, who's normally the shortstop, expecting first child with his partner. Congratulations once again to their family. They're expecting a child. But that's put Chris Farlow in, who's known more as a defensive player per the team discussions and interviews coming in from the head coach as well, Chris Head. Contact to right field. Track down by the second baseman in McLaughlin at first out.
Nice breaking pitch there and caught Farrow off guard a little bit. Almost a defensive swing, kind of getting in play with 2 strikes, but ultimately it ended up.
McKinnon.
Now up at the plate, Jake McKinnon.
Mineville, Nova Scotia, 24-year-old.
Watches that one to start. 1-0 is the count at the plate. Nearly went around with a pass ball. Missed 2-0. Again, 2-0 is the count.
Nova Scotia was a 3-3 team last year. Last year's Nationals in Red Deer. Was the eventual champion Quebec in the semifinals, but good showing by the East Atlantic representative.
And their fastball 3-0. Hitter's count. Does he get the green light? Gets back in the zone at least. No green light.
Taken all the way. Which is a good plan. Obviously early in the game, see if the pitcher can show you a strike before you activate yourself in the box.
The 3-1. Hard contact to center, in for a base hit. Patience pays off for McKinnon. He's aboard with the first hit for the drive.
Obviously good at bat, knowing full well he had to come a couple more times down with the strike over the plate.
Designated hitter number 27,
contact up the middle.
Anthony McKinley.
That brings up the pitcher and the DH, Anthony McKinley. Interesting choice to put the pitcher as the DH, but it isn't unprecedented.
No, we have Otani in the major leagues showing us what that's all about.
Yeah. Swings and misses to start though, 0-1.
30-year-old out of Dartmouth.
The 0-1. Time inside fastball, 1-1. 1-1 is the count.
Safe lead over at first base.
Went off speed a bit with that one, 1-2. Runner at first, 1 out in the bottom of the first inning in a 1-0 ball game. That time slides out of the zone, 2-2.
Good bite on that breaking pitch though. I'm impressed the way he throws that off speed, and the fastball does tail, so there's a, if he can locate today, he should be formidable against this Dartmouth lineup.
2-2. Fastball misses below the knees, 3-2.
Tough pitch to take.
He's going to bring Jalen Trider on deck here. Full count. And he walked him. So 2 runners aboard here in the bottom of the first inning.
First baseman number 11,
Jalen Trider.
Trider.
Trider, one of the hometown players from Dartmouth.
Let's go, Jay! Here we go. Good job. Let's go. Come on, Jay. What are you here for?
First pitch. Starts slow, missing the zone, 1-0. First and second, 1 out still in the inning. Once again to reset.
Dartmouth's going to want to take advantage of this situation with 1 out, 2 runners, first and second. Does his job on the right side.
Good contact to right field. They wave the runner home. McKinnon slides It's in, and the pitch goes to the backstop. Runners both in scoring position with one out, and we're tied at 1.
Decent throw by the right fielder. Obviously got away from the catcher on the scoring play. Pitcher was in position to cover directly behind the throw from the catcher, but ultimately when it kind of came to the right, allowed for the extra base from hitter Trider to get to second. So instead of first and third in that situation, you've got a second and third with 2 runners directly in scoring position. So really a great opportunity for Dartmouth to have a fantastic start here.
That brings up Jack Fader. An outfielder could also play a bit of first base. Misses below the knees this time. Another 1-0.
The infield drawn in from Newmarket.
Fastball in for strike 1.
Outfield position almost straight away.
Don't help him out, bud.
Dangerous spot here and a bit of a gamble from the Newmarket squad to kind of protect, try to cut down the run at the plate.
Trying to go way outside with it. 2-1.
Way to be, Jack. Right guy, right place.
We'll see how he'll nibble here or go at the zone. Not want to move to 3-1 on the count.
Swing. 2-2. As that goes in the zone regardless.
Not much of a lead at second, even though there's no one holding.
2-2. Speed missed it. Trying to get the top corner. 3-2. And Chris Head, the left fielder, on deck.
Critical moment here in the game. 3-2. 2 runners in scoring position.
The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Big strikeout there.
First strikeout of the ball game, too.
Let's go,
Peter is sat down. That's going to bring up
Left
Chris
fielder
Head.
number 4, Chris Head.
Chris Head is also the head coach, as touched upon. A lot of discussions coming into the ball game, of course, with the press, talking about how even with the record, even with the massive wins, most of their ball games 1-0, 2-1 scores. 1-0 is the count at the plate.
Infield's allowed to reset to regular depth now with 2 outs.
One and 0. Slaps it foul down to third base line. 1-1.
Big open stance by head coach Chris Head at a new Waterford, Nova Scotia, a 38-year-old, one of the elder statesmen here in the event.
Misses on the break. 2-1.
Let's go. They're waiting for you, bud. They're there.
2-1. It's one hit fair. Down third base line. Curves foul.
A little bit of spin, a little bit of the edge of the collar of the infield grass there along the third baseline. Make sure that was a dangerous ball. Swinging bunt, as they say. Would have been a difficult play for the third baseman to make. Although I don't know how well at 38 Coach Head is moving down the first baseline, but it would have been an interesting play nonetheless.
2-2. Reaches out one, hits it foul barely. 2-2 still.
Did a good job of getting a piece of that pitch. Obviously committed even though it was out of the zone, but with 2 strikes, you want to make sure you protect.
Two again. That just missed. Just curved around the zone. 3-2. On deck. Cuvalier should say. Head smacks it fair. Throw from short to first. Gets up.
Play by the shortstop there, behind the base.
That retires the side, but we are tied at 1 after an inning of play. The action so far tight here on We Digital. Spell set to begin things for the top of the second in a moment. Let's take a look at your schedule for today. Remember, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, 1 p.m. Nova Scotia, Alberta at 4, BC and Tecumseh at 7. That's your schedule look for today here on We Digital. And Ted, so far, both teams able to get a run apiece here. Your thoughts on the ball game so far?
Well, I think both teams are happy to get a run across early in the game and gives you a little bit more confidence as you work through the rest of the innings. But you're also running the pitch counts up a little bit, testing the resolve of the stamina of the pitchers. But at the same time, we are going to see a tight zone.
Leading off the top of the second,
free passes already.
Ontario.
So
the first baseman, number 22.
Advantage to the hitters at this point.
Cooper Tompkinson.
And this is going to be led off this inning. Cooper Tompkinson, the first baseman, coming up to the plate. Starts off in the dirt, 1-0. So far, 3 combined hits, 2 of them by the Dry, 1 by the Hawks. Down low, this time gets it around the knees. 1-1. Gets a piece of that one. Farah gets the throw off to Trider. First out is recorded.
Nice play. Time the shortstop works
Third baseman, number 26.
towards second base. They've got to
Tyler
get the perfect
Giancourt.
body angle to correct themselves for the throw. That's why they get the big bucks at short. And obviously proven to be a good pickup defensively for Dartmouth at short.
Gianco's now with a play. Hard contact to left field. It drops for a base hit right in front of Head. Good contact. And a runner's aboard here at the top of the
Catcher
second
number
inning.
5, Connor Patterson.
It's going to bring Connor Patterson to the plate. Both sides already looking like they are looking to score runs and score a lot of them with how they're playing so far. More contact, straight to second this time. McKinnon for first, gets the double play, never mind on that one.
Fairly tailor-made on that situation. Just a short flip from the second baseman at the shortstop. Easy turn, gets him out of the inning in the dugout. Good momentum on the Dartmouth side right now.
So a 4-6-3 retires the side. So that already gets us set for
Ontario in
the
the top
bottom
of
of
the
the second
second. No
inning.
runs on 1 hit.
One
there were
hit,
no errors and
no
no runners
runs,
left.
no errors, no one left on for Ontario. And that brings Nova Scotia's bottom third on the lineup card up in this inning to start here, Ted. Thoughts on the Dartmouth Dry so far? The Dry looking solid.
Yeah, a lot of energy out of that dugout, which is what you'd expect. And I think they're eager to get
Butler should say, and Raftas.
Leading off the bottom of the second
The
for
Dry,
Nova
the
Scotia.
advantage here to start
Center
things
fielder
off
number
in the bottom of the
23,
second. We'll find out.
Leighton Cuvalier.
Cavalier now up at center field.
Major sponsor for the Dartmouth Dry program is the Burnside Brewing Company. And I can only think that the Dry moniker, the nickname, has to do with some of the Toller / lagers that are produced by the Burnside Brewing Company. But a lot of these senior programs will take major sponsorship on so they can make sure they can pay the bills. A lot of expense, a lot of time, and as you mentioned, the regular shortstop's not available for Dartmouth. A lot of family commitments that these players will make all season, and they have work commitments they've got to work around to make themselves available for play, and then the long trip to get here. This isn't around the corner, so obviously it's they've got a great support system in their families and their circle of influence to allow them to continue to play the game that they love.
3-0 the count. Already a 4-0 walk. 4 straight balls. 3 of them didn't even come close to the zone.
Number 35, Noah
Runner is
Cuvalier.
aboard.
Yeah, Mullen's not going to be happy about a 4-pitch walk at this point with the bottom part of the order. And not hitting on all cylinders, I would say, at this moment. Hopefully he can make the comeback here to account for himself well.
This is Boutlier showing bunt. Throw first on the pickoff attempt. Called safe. There was a solid lead there initially on the bunt attempt.
Yeah, expecting the bunt to go down, but obviously not taking too far of an advantage. Catcher wasn't able to throw behind and make the pickoff attempt successful.
1-0. Missed on the fastball. 2-0.
Interesting showing bunt on the first. I don't know if it was just a way to rattle the pitcher and to gain an advantage in the count, but probably with a hitter's count here, they may not keep the bunt on and see if the pitcher Mullen will provide the free pass and move the runner from first to second.
And
they're already calling for a small conference on the mound. Remember, the Tecumseh Thunder, the hometown hosts, they bring the Thunder at 7 p.m. tonight when they take on BC and the Coquitlam Angels. Make sure to tune in here on We Digital. 2-0, the steal attempt way high. That allows a runner to scoring position. Cuvalier at second.
Stolen easily, actually, there. Good jump, good speed. Throws delivered too high, obviously, to make an attempt at second. And here we are, 3-0 with a runner in scoring position.
3-0 again. First strike of the inning, called down low. 3-1. 3-1. Walked him. So the first 2 players to come to the plate are walked aboard.
33.
And this is going to bring
Raftas.
Logan Raftas to the plate. He's one of the under 22 call-ups. And they're going to have a discussion up on the mound here now with the coaching staff.
So we had the full infield try to help out Mullen prior to the last batter. Now we have the actual help from the bench with the coach visit. With the slow walk out from the umpire to kind of break up this meeting. But momentum is clearly on the side of Dartmouth here as they try to wrap around their batting order to the top. See if the young man can produce at least moving the runners. I'm sure the expectations won't be high for him to hit for a high average this week, but I'm sure he's here for his defense and energy. And that's what's great about the game of baseball is he's going to have an opportunity here to really impact this game.
Looking at some of the scenic views there for the town of Tecumseh, the hosts. As they start things off, another ball misses.
Yeah, as we start to see some activity in the bullpen for Newmarket. You're at a Canadian Championship. Unfortunately, you don't have that kind of time to wait and see if Mullen will find his rhythm.
1-0. Showed bunt, called for a strike. Didn't pull it back.
That may have been called, but either way, count is even. I'm sure Mullen's grateful for it. With the corners in, first and third. Really charging at first after the bunt.
Oh, the bunt makes contact but hit foul for the second strike, 1-2.
I don't know if he'll show bunt with 2 strikes here. He may have to try and move the runners by hitting. Looks like he's digging in.
1-2. That misses the zone on the curve. 2-2. Another breaking ball going way out.
Double play depth up the middle from the shortstop and second baseman. Again, corners tight.
2-2. Misses again. 3-2. On deck, Chris Faro. And it's in the dirt. Covered up by the catcher, but it's another walk. 3 straight walks to begin the inning, and the bases are loaded.
You really start to see the activity, the left-hander in the bullpen for Newmarket.
We'll see if they have to pull the bullpen this early or not. Faro last time up popped up to second. Solid contact to left field, and it drops. 1 run scores, a second waved home, a third down at the plate, not able to get the tag, and the bases are cleared on an RBI double by Faro.
Faro just played it into right field there. Not fantastic contact, but good effort by the right fielder. Center fielder was covering the play. Made the relay. No slide at the plate on that second run scoring, but at the same time, it did cross easily ahead of the tag.
Bases first and second, you're right. They give the stop sign to one of the runners. So it is 3-1 the score. Oh, and 1 is the count, meanwhile, for Jake McKinnon.
Mullen's been a horse for Newmarket this year. Has the most innings pitched, as I can see, from regular season play. Had an unblemished 3-0 record throughout the regular season. And only a 1.35 ERA, so obviously it's uncharacteristic of the start that he's had.
1-1, fastball way high. 2-1.
Was only really surrendering a walk every other inning throughout the regular season. So it's unfortunate. Sometimes you don't have your day.
Hard contact by McKinnon, drops another base hit. Stop sign given at third, and the bases yet again are loaded.
Great contact there. Hit too well, unfortunately, and actually looks like Newmarket's not going to waste any time. I'm going to go right to the bullpen.
This is the second bases loaded scenario of the inning now. As there's the hook for Mullen. Mullen makes it about an inning of work, it's going to show on the sheet. But now 3 runs allowed. It is 3-1 on the scoreboard. Pardon me on that one.
Andrew Raponi from Keswick in Ontario, 6'2", 220-pound left-hander.
Pony looking to try and calm things down quickly. Remember, at 1 o'clock, Saskatchewan, Manitoba due up. Then it's Nova Scotia, Alberta, BC, and Tecumseh close out the day. That last of the matchups at 7 p.m. today. Saskatchewan, Manitoba, 1 o'clock, the next one. And remember, the final tournament day starts off early at 9 a.m. on the 25th. You want to see the semifinals and the medal games. That's the day you tune in for the men's championship this year.
Very stingy Raponi throughout the season. Actually almost striking out 2 batters per inning. And a .56 ERA throughout the regular season.
Number 27, Anthony McKinley.
They're going to need things to settle down and quickly here.
Yeah, definitely want to right the ship.
Anthony McKinley now at the plate. Last time up he walked. Starting up high off speed, 1-0. Fastball this time does clip the top of the zone around letters, 1-1.
With that sidearm delivery, it's going to create quite a lot of movement. We'll see if Dartmouth can pick it up.
Hard contact right field. Wood watches it. Goodbye. Home run. It's a grand slam for Nova Scotia.
Impressive. Played the ball the other way and found some parking lot right.
So Anthony McKinley launches one over the right field fence. A grand slam makes it 6-1 for the Drive.
Obviously no problem picking up that ball. Got the meat of the bat on it, and actually the right fielder kind of gave up on it early, knowing full well that was going to clear the fence.
Absolutely clobbered it to the swimming pool. 0-1 for Trider. Down in the dirt. 1-1. Trider last time up had an RBI single. Foul back to the screen. 1-2. Two misses, 2-2. And no movement in the pen after the grand slam. Swings through it. And finally, the first out recorded for Newmarket, but damage already done. This will bring up batter number 8 of the inning, Jack Vader.
A little bit easier for Raponi to work out of the full windup there. Tough ask to come in with the bases juiced, but Kind of went overhand that time. Definitely going to change the angle at which he approaches each pitch.
6-3 ground out, fader. Lunny to Tompkinson on the
Fielder
play.
number 4, Chris
And
Head.
just after the tough situation, it's not as tough of a situation now for Newmarket. Chris Head now up. Chris Head, 6-3 ground out last time up. Starts off with a strike, 0-1.
We'll see if Coach can get that front foot around. Starts with the wide open stance, but obviously the key is to get that front foot into an attacking position. He's going to test the shortstop again here.
Lunny
Nice play.
throws it over, yes. Back-to-back 6-3 ground outs, in fact. Side is retired, but the damage is applied. 7-1 your score. 6 runs come in to score in the inning. And Nova Scotia showing the power after 2. Again, you're watching We Digital for coverage of the Canadian Baseball Championships, the national championship level here from the Rose City and from Tecumseh. Take a look at the Detroit River. Detroit River was buzzing with activity during the day.
Is proud to be the title sponsor of the baseball.
No doubt, lots of fishing to do for those anglers that want to get out early today.
Bringing big and bold flavored sunflower seeds.
Look at the Newmarket dugout there on camera. They have to find some life here. McKinley's going to be able to pitch to contact a little bit more here with a safe cushion at 7-1. With challenge hitters in the zone. With you want to stay away from base runners, obviously, all the time, but even more so here. No free passes, make them earn their way on with hits.
The shortstop, number 17.
Now there are mercy rules possibly to think about here. It's 15 runs after 4, 10 after 5 if it comes into play here. So keep that in mind if there's another big rally from Nova Scotia. Newmarket looking for a rally of their own, led off by Reed Lunny. 1-0 the count for Lunny.
We'll show you what you need there, Reed.
This time bounced back with a strike of the fastball, 1-1. From Holland Landing, Ontario. One. It's one hit too short, played by Faro, and called safe. Couldn't get it to Trider in time. And an infield single for the shortstop.
Good speed out of the box. Bit of a high chopper. Gave him plenty of time to kind of work himself down the first baseline, starting from the left side, obviously making it easier. And that's why he's in the lineup. Get himself on.
Now up, Darcy Moore. Watches that one, 1-0. Darcy Moore hit by pitch last time up. Swings heartily through it, 1-1. One. 1-2. Now one up high, swung through.
Not much of a lead by Lunny at first again. I'm not sure if it's respect for the catcher. Can't be the move from the right-hander coming to first, but they also are not going to be looking to steal many bases with this type of deficit.
Hard contact, Moore, left center field. Back it goes, gone. Darcy Moore slaps one over the fence in left center field. And 2 runs come in to score. It is 7-3.
Just the lift that Newmarket was looking for. That was hit well. Center fielder broke hard on that, hoping it would stay in the park, but at the same time, It had a lot of legs.
Bryn
Found its
Sanford.
way over the yellow Big O.
And what did I say about Moore being one of the top hitters in the GTA region for hitting with power this season? That's why he was in the categories for the top 10 in hitting. Now at the plate, Sanford. Three and 0. Gap, by the way, out there where he slammed it to 360 feet from Darcy Moore plus. Strike one, 3 and 1. And he walked him.
And again, those free passes will add up, cause issue. Young catcher going to have a discussion with his hurler. Maybe just want to get on the same page.
Especially since this ball game now swinging back and forth in terms of
Second baseman,
run
number
support, in
15,
terms of
Troy
momentum.
McLaughlin.
McLaughlin now coming up. McLaughlin last time up an RBI single. Starts up high, missing 1-0. In for a strike, 1-1.
Nice pitch. Want to work the bottom part of the zone here. You got to run on first, an opportunity to kind of turn two with a ground ball.
1-1. Down the line, foul. 1-2.
Troy, got a battle now.
Moving the runner in that situation. Not sure if it was a hit and run or we just had a straight steal with a swing.
The 1-2. Watches him, called for strike 3.
Big out.
Kelly.
That's the first strikeout for McKinley in the ball
Designated
game.
hitter number 9, Dan
That's the
Telford.
first out of the inning as well. That's going to bring up Dan Telford. Tries to go bunt. Advances the runner to second. Telford called out at first for the second out, but a runner in scoring position.
Come on, Lenny Wood. Knee down.
Interesting choice there. Looked like he was bunting for a hit. When in fact, with a left-handed stick, and if you're going to pull the ball, you can advance the runner anyways. But it's where he's at right now. And he did bat over 300 this year, so it's surprising that he didn't feel like he was comfortable enough in moving the runner with the bat. But here we are. 2 outs with a runner on second in scoring position.
Lenny Wood now at the plate. Wood fouls one straight to the dugout.
Making friends. Sure there'll be a few barbs and comments after that.
1-0 the count. Fouled this time, top of the screen. 0-2.
We're in a big hole here.
Gotta come through here now.
McKinley showing a good comeback after the home run. Sitting at about 42 pitches at this point. If he could work himself out of this inning, wouldn't be in too rough a shape to continue deep into the game.
2-2. Up the middle. Played now by Farrell. Throw to first. Called in time. And that retires the side. But more damage done by Newmarket and by Ontario. A 2-run shot by Darcy Moore keeps their chances afloat, but they are still down 7-3. So we head to the bottom of the third inning.
For Ontario in the top of the third, 2 runs on
Now we'll
2
see
hits.
how the offense really sparks things out in this bottom of the inning. Does the offense continue to build up momentum from the drive, or does Newmarket step up on the pitching? Here's a look at the schedule once again. This involving tomorrow. Ontario, Manitoba, Newfoundland, Labrador, Tecumseh. Your first games. Saskatchewan, Ontario, followed by Tecumseh and the defending champion Quebec squad at 7. So right now, hits galore, especially for power, Ted.
Yeah, the ball seems to be flying out of the park a little bit, and could just be the matter of, pitchers are getting the ball up in the zone. But these are obviously accomplished hitters, seasoned hitters. They can read the situation, and that's what a lot of this week will be. Is in terms of these matchups, they may not have seen this pitcher. The pitchers may not have seen the hitter before, but they're doing a quick job of reading the situation and seeing if they can adapt.
Up the plate to lead things off with a foul ball is Cuvalier. Cavalier started things off last time up with the walk brigade. 3 straight walks. Started off the last inning. Different story this time, 1-1. And that one drops low, 2-1.
If I can believe his stats, he did bat over 350 throughout the season for Dartmouth.
And 2-2 right now for him. Up the middle. Slow roll up to McLaughlin. Throw to first. Caught in time. Bang, bang play for a 4-3 ground out.
McLaughlin with a nice play there at second. Had to come across body with that throw as he worked to the middle part of the infield. Just got him in time. Bang, bang played first.
Just couldn't stretch it out in time. It was close. Up the plate now with already a strike on the count is Boutlier. 0-1. Just misses. 1-1. Hard contact, this time to center for a base hit. Solid contact gets him aboard. First base runner of the bottom of the third inning. Now for the drive.
Nice piece of hitting by a 22-year-old.
And that's going to bring up Raftas.
Nice hit by the young catcher.
All the way to left field for another base hit. Back-to-back hits. And the throw to second almost got there. But runners are now at first and second.
Boutlier with a generous round at second base. Left fielder tried to make a play behind him and kept him honest. Heads up play. The Sydney Sooner. Farrow.
In for a strike to start 0-1.
As Dartmouth wraps around their batting order. Again, more opportunities, more. Can't get a hit without getting more at-bats, so Dartmouth working well.
Steps off for a moment. Pony sets up for the 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
Looked like a change up there. A natural movement from the working from the outside in to Farrow in that situation didn't happen. So a nice pitch.
Hard contact to the gap in right center. Tracked down by Moore. 1 run waved on through to score. Runners at the corners. It's 8-3.
Farrow's a dangerous man. Hits the ball the other direction. Actually, the second time he's gone to the right center gap. So clearly he waves the lawn well, especially with runners in scoring position.
Second baseman number
Good pickup
9,
for Dartmouth.
Jake McKinnon.
And that is going to put runners at the corners. Now at the plate is McKinnon.
Corner's a little bit tight. Again, double play depth up the middle for the middle part of the infield.
It fouled down the right field line, 1-1.
McKinnon on a hot streak here. He's 2 for 2 to start this championship.
1-1, popped up and sails to the roof. 1-2.
An aggressive swinger, McKinnon there, even though with 2 strikes, but that ball looked like it was in on his chest. Natural movement allowed him just to get a bat on it. Oh.
Swing and a miss.
And that was
Get a beat on
filthy.
it.
That was filthy.
And so that will bring Anthony McKinley back up.
Anthony McKinley.
And McKinley last time up, a grand slam to help his cause. And starting with a soft pickoff attempt called safe.
Keeping Farrow honest. At this point with 2 outs, Farrow may want to work into scoring position.
Down the left field line, called just foul.
Barely foul. A lot of people were concerned that was going to be called fair.
And 0-1 now the count. The 0-1. Off speed, way out. 1-1. Oh, and that nearly plunked him. 2-1 after the dancing moves. Swing and miss, 2-2.
Our opponent can work the ball in both directions, as we've seen in consecutive pitches there.
Now worked foul, 2-2.
Similar pitch to what he hit for the home run last at bat, but much more on the defensive here.
Two and two. Hit foul again, stays 2-2. Two again, up high, 3-2. Drider on deck.
Clock call come in from the first base umpire. May not have come to set as the pitch was delivered. So we have obviously the runner coming in from third and the runner from first moving to second.
So it's 9-3 on the balk. And did that hit him? Regardless, that's going to move the runner again.
Go get this guy now.
First baseman number
So a balk.
11,
And now, let's see, was this hit by pitch or a walk?
Definitely a hit by pitch
Yeah,
on the foot.
that actually unraveled the strap on the foot. Speaking of
Tough
unraveled,
play.
just missing Trider. Trider called out at first, and the side's retired.
Good charge by the second baseman McLaughlin there. Not a speedy runner, but at the same time, a tough play to come in and retire the out. And get back in the dugout. That's the key.
So that does it for the first 3 innings here. Again, 9-3 your score. 2 more runs come in to score to counter. It's still a 6-run advantage for Nova Scotia. And so now they prepare to try and see if they can
For Nova
keep
Scotia in the
the
bottom of the third,
lead
2
at
runs
bay.
on 3 hits. There were no
Reminder of
errors
some of the
and 2
schedules on
runs left.
Saturday. Newfoundland, Labrador, BC, followed by Tecumseh, New Brunswick, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and then the battle for seeding begins. As 7 p.m. we'll start those seeding matchups. We'll see what happens at 7.
Kinley working with the big cushion still. It's got to feel very comfortable.
Extremely comfortable, you have to argue so far. After all, he's built up a lot of that insurance in the first place at the plate.
The Newmarket's getting a little more activity in their bullpen. You have to try and figure out how they're going to piece this one together. Might see several arms not wanting to burn anyone for the rest of the tournament all at once here in their opening game. Although they want to stay within striking distance, so they got to kind of play this cat and mouse. But they'll need the bats to come alive.
Leading things off this inning is Tompkinson. Last time up for him, a 6-3 ground out. He starts with a strike for his count, 0-1. One misses, 1-1.
Looks like he led the team in at-bats this year.
Caught for a strike, 1-2.
Looks like he was the second leading RBI man for the A's.
And he hits it to first on the bloop. And that's going to be called out. 3 unassisted for Tompkinson. Giancos now coming up. Look at the play as that one launched off the ground first and then over to first.
Giancos out of Bolton. 5'10", 25-year-old.
1-0. Make it 1-1. Swings through it.
Managed to get aboard several times this year by way of the free pass. So good OBP for him.
He's swinging and a miss. 1-2. One and two. Misses low. 2-2. 2-2. Fastball misses 3-2.
McKinley's going to want to come to the zone here, make him earn his way on via the bat. With this kind of a cushion.
3-2 walks aboard.
McKinley doesn't like that call and has a little bit to say,
Catcher number
but
5,
nothing
Connor
would get him into
Patterson.
trouble.
Connor Patterson will now come up the catcher.
26-year-old Toronto native.
Starts off speed with the strike. 0-1. 0-1 the count.
Not a big average on the season, but at the same time, there because he can defend.
0-2. The 0-2 tight inside. 1-2.
I'd say McKinley has trouble a little bit when he's trying to mix it up, but nice pitch.
Called strike 3. Second out of the inning. That's going to bring Reed Lunny up.
Shortstop number 17, Reed Lunny.
Lunny, last time up, hit a single. That eventually led to the 2-run home run by Darcy Moore. Starts off nearly rolling away, but tracked on down by Raftis.
One of the younger players in the tournament at tender age of 21.
One and 0. Fouled away to the street. 1-1.
He's with Brock University.
Oh, and that plunked him. Hit by pitch once again. This time Lunny getting aboard. 2 on with 2 outs. Score update from out of town. Quebec up 4-2 over New Brunswick PEI. It's currently out in Woodsley.
Center fielder number 28, Darcy Moore.
Meanwhile, Darcy Moore coming up to the plate here. Can Moore get some more power? Up high, 1-0.
Resides in Sharon, Ontario, 29-year-old. 6'1", 210 pounds.
Swings and a miss. 1-1.
Leading RBI man for Newmarket this season.
Right now he's trying to swing like he wants RBIs. 1-2.
And it's difficult to do what you don't see on the scoreboard, which is trying to win the game with one swing. Obviously, his production has led to a lot of their success this season.
That one missed. 2-2. Moore. Force out at third. Side retired.
McKinley just working along. Taking what he gets.
9-3 stays your score as look at the replay.
Easy play for the third baseman just as he charges and able to come in and on his way to the dugout, flip the ball to the mound.
So that brings us to the bottom of the fourth inning, about halfway through this one. Pickleball courts, one of the new features here at Burt Lacoste Park on top of the ballpark renovations. Beautiful facility. Seen a poke around of it. It's almost like a tennis facility, that pickleball court facility.
Yeah, they made quite a home out here at Lacoste Park. Constructed what used to be in part of the void in the dense forest of Lacoste Park with all those courts. And they got quite the setup going there.
But so far, the setup looking very solid when it comes to Nova Scotia. The pen getting warmed up just in case on the other side with CJ Dungavel.
Leading off the bottom of the fourth for Nova Scotia, the right fielder, number 12, Jack Fader.
Raponi was definitely going to be counted on later in this tournament, so I don't know how far they'll take him in to this game. Probably going to get some relief going, but it also matters about how he works through the next few batters in terms of pitch count.
Jack Fader is up. Starting with an 0-1 count already on the swing. And that one in off speed, 0-2. Slapped over to McLaughlin. Throw to Tompkinson. Gets the first out.
Raponi looks a little bit like our 86 Mets lefty pitcher Sid Fernandez. Striking resemblance.
Well, Chris Head is coming back up again. And so far, he has had 2 6-3 groundouts, and it looks like they are having a change. They are calling for a new pitcher. Raponi out. Coming in, Dungavel.
I think that's just purely trying to get Raponi keeping his pitch count down. They know they're going to need him later in the tournament. He was at 38 pitches across his little bit of work today, but at the same time, they know they're going to have to go to the pen anyways. It looks like they're going to bring in
CJ Dungavel.
CJ Dungavel, 28-year-old, 5'9", out of Newmarket.
Trying to keep the arms fresh here. After all, they have all those games just to be able to try and battle to get to the semis in the medal games. Speaking of which, bronze medal game, August 25th. It's a 4 p.m. start for those who do not advance for the senior semifinal.
Now pitching for Newmarket,
And then the
36,
gold medal for those who pick up the W's in the
Dungavel.
semifinals. That will be 7 p.m. on August the 25th. Catch that here all on wedigital.ca.
Not a lot of regular season work for Dungavel.
Well, he's going to have to put in the work here. Right now, the fans, well, some of them on their feet to see what happens here in this spot. So, again, at the plate is Chris Head. Looks like we're set to go here. Starts off speed missing, 1-0. Head pops it up. Going towards the roof.
Nice play by the catcher.
Makes it.
Sure-handed working towards the netting over on the first base side by the dugout. Head's not going to be too happy with that at bat.
Fielder number
Boy, there's a
23,
deliberate delivery on behalf of Dungavel. He's both slow to the knee raise position, but then also pauses even further before he delivers to home. Obviously, that could work in his favor in terms of messing up the timing of the hitters. We'll see how that pays off.
Down the right field line, the next at bat made for Cuvalier. Able to get aboard on that one. So a 1-2-3 inning, a rarity in this ball game. That leaves us to the top of the 5th inning coming up. No hits, no runs, no errors in the bottom of the 4th inning here on We Digital.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Baron Championship rings. This is who we are.
Back to Tecumseh, Ontario, as Sanford, McLaughlin, Telford are due up for Newmarket. And for Ontario, just Prince Ted Beal with you as we start things off with a ground ball played by Faro. Throw made to Triner, and quickly our first out of the frame.
Second baseman number 15, Troy McLaughlin.
Troy McLaughlin now up. So we take a look at the replay. And pretty routine on the ground ball there. Down the line, foul. 1-1 is the count already at the plate.
Looks like we're going to get some new lumber.
Well, they have plenty of lumber standing on by after all at the facility. Looks like they're going to have to get a new bat from the bat stand. And some young fans checking out the lumber.
McLaughlin was a Durham College laureate out of Oshawa in 2010 and 11.
Two and one. That one in for strike two. Down in the dirt, 3-2.
McKinley again should work to contact here. Don't take any chances with base runners.
As that one's watched. Now you're gonna pitch a tip of it, I should say.
Yep. Catcher couldn't
Still
hang
didn't.
on, unfortunately. Did work it high in the zone though. Kind of got away with one, but obviously with two strikes, McLaughlin's going to protect.
Three and two again.
Another one.
Got an error piece of it.
Want to let folks know that immediately following the broadcast of the game and completion of the game, there will be a live press conference. Be aired with the coaches from each team and the player of the game. Good at bat, Michael McLaughlin getting himself aboard.
It's going to put a runner at first. 1 out in the inning.
Appreciate all the viewers that are back home in the Toronto area and Nova Scotia, all the way from Dartmouth. Hundreds of viewers tuning into this broadcast. We Digital Productions is putting on here at Bert Lacoste Park in Tecumseh, Ontario.
Telford at the plate, hitting it foul, 0-2.
Crouch stance from Telford.
Telford thought about going around, didn't. 1-2. That nearly hit him.
Will advance the runner. Tougher play as the ball works inside on the batter. Field of vision gets a little bit more condensed. Obviously the catcher wasn't able to come up with the play and it allowed the McLaughlin to advance from first to second.
2-2 the count. Up high, 3-2.
The Newmarket Club ended the aspirations of the Sarnia Brigade to get to the Canadian Nationals, which obviously would have been a short trip, the Sarnia program, but great pitch.
Going for strike 3. Another strikeout.
Telford had some words for the home plate umpire, but he'll still have to retreat to the dugout.
Right fielder number 2.
As you know, you cannot argue balls and strikes.
Lenny Wood now coming up with 2 outs in the inning. That was strikeout number 3, by the way, for the Hawks in the game. And starts down low, 1-0.
Wood, a 6'1", 200-pounder, 36 years old.
Wood slaps it over to McKinnon. Right over to Trider, and the sides retired. 4-3 ground out. And so far,
Hit on the button, but right at the second baseman. Was able to clutch on that, McKinnon, and still make the play easily as the Newmarket hitter was not moving quickly down the line.
For Ontario on the top of the 5th.
top of the 5th inning. And no hits, no runs, no errors, 1 left on. Look at some of the schedules. This is for Sunday. Semifinals are 9 and 12 p.m. The bronze medal game starts at 4. The gold medal game at 7. Catch all of that here on wheatdigital.ca. So far through 4.5 frames complete.
I got $20 a month. I figured I was getting the box score. I got it all year.
Once again, Dungavel tries to get prepared for this. Leading things off for the inning will be Bootlier, then Raftas, then Faro. You take a look at some of the festivities here at the ballpark. Plenty of food trucks and food stands in play. Rather in attendance for today.
Noah Bootlier.
Noah Bootlier coming up to the plate. Butler so far, a walk and a single today. Starts off with a strike, 0-1. Called for strike 2 on the off speed.
Quickly ahead.
On 2. Off speed in for strike 3. 3 straight strikes to start off the inning.
Folks, that's the slowest 3-pitch strikeout you'll ever see. His deliberate delivery is,
Pitcher number 33, Logan Ruffin.
it's almost like watching a sundial work. But good for him. Dungavel's obviously got something that works for him.
Don't try and even things up.
Now at the plate is Raftas. Raftas hits it foul. And all the way to the complex of warm-up festivities out there in the batting cages.
5 young men scrambling for that foul ball.
One. 1-1.
Let's go.
'In for strike 2.
This off-speed pitch actually works top down. Changes the eye level of the hitter. Difficult task, obviously, staying on top of that ball.
1-2. Watched for a ball. 2-2. Two. Couldn't get it elevated high enough. 3-2. On deck, Chris Faro. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. And the under 22ers go down back-to-back.
Shortstop number 22, Chris Farrell.
Now at the plate is Faro. Starts off with a strike, 0-1. One foul back, 0-2. Pitchers count here, the 0-2. Down the right field line, in for extra bases as it passes Wood. All the way to second goes Faro, and it's a 2-out double for the shortstop.
That's 3 times in a row he's worked to the right side. Obviously likes to hit the ball away. So you're going to have to work him, pitch him differently if you want to beat him, that's for sure.
McKinnon.
Now that brings up Jake McKinnon. And it looks like time called on the mound for a moment. First one, up high, 1-0. One and 0. Out to second. McLaughlin makes the throw to Tompkinson. Sides retired. So after back-to-back strikeouts, Chris Farlow gets on with the double, but not much can be done with said double with a runner in scoring position and left aboard. One hit, no runs, no errors. So we head to the top of the 6th inning.
Every child should learn how to swim, for health, for safety, and for fun. That's why we've started Canada's Swim Team. Learn to swim at least 25 meters on your own, and you're on the team. Canada's Swim Team. It's that easy. Help make us the world's largest swim team by adding your name at getswimming.ca. Ask your parents first. Swimming, the only sport that can save your life.
Welcome back, everyone, to Tecumseh. As we get ready for the top of the 6th inning. In a 9-3 ball game.
First baseman number 22.
Lead things off, Cooper Tompkinson, followed by Tyler Giancos and Connor Patterson. Starting things off with a hot hit to first. Throw to first, gets the out. Tight play for McKinley.
Great play by the pitcher, fielding his position well, getting over on the ground ball to the right side. First baseman made a nice play into the hole too between him and second base, but ultimately delivered it in time to McKinley, who had made the good hustle play to get over to first. That's how you help yourself as a part of a 9-man defensive unit.
Now at the plate, Tyler Giancos. 1-0 is the count. Penn has slowed down in movement for Newmarket to see what happens here. 2-0. The 2-0. Inside, 3-0. And the Pen is getting ready for the closer for the dry, it looks like. And walked aboard. Giancos, 4 straight balls. That's his second walk to get aboard today. That brings up Connor Patterson. Patterson so far, a double play and a strikeout in his appearances today.
McKinley getting up to the 90 pitch threshold. Looks like Kyle Armsworthy, 26-year-old, is warming up in the pen.
Hard contact, left field. Head tracks it down, out number 2. And that's going to bring up Reed Money.
17, Reed Money.
Fairly routine on the catch. A few steps back.
Sparkling defense from the shortstop from Newmarket today for the young man.
Money starts things off with a strike to his count, 0-1. Down in the dirt. 1-1. One stays to 2-1. And that nearly plunked him, allows the runner to advance, no contest. Went all the way to the backstop that time. 3-1, a hitter's count.
Again, another situation where ball works low and in to the batter side. Catcher, difficult play to come up with it, a block. It's tough to get your body in position to make the full body block, and so you're left with just your glove. And if those sure hands can't bail you out, then you have a pass ball situation, and again, moves the runner into scoring position. We'll see if it comes back to hurt McKinley.
3-1. Got a foul tip. 3-2.
I think McKinley's trying to cap off a pretty good outing here. It's a solid outing. Obviously getting a lot of help from his offense, but at the same time, it's been a solid outing for him.
The 3-2. Hit Lunny. Hits it to second. Throw to first. Goes underneath the glove of Trider. And Newmarket puts a run up on the board with that mistake.
It's unfortunate, actually. I thought that was a play that could have been made. Second baseman didn't deliver, I think, what was a bad ball, but I think the first baseman, in an effort to try and get ahead and make the lunge, may have stepped too early and got himself out of position and wasn't able to get his glove on the ball. High chopper creates that situation. Turned it into an interesting play. That's why you run them all out. For the kids at home, you never know what can happen, so you try and beat out every ball on the infield because it has to be delivered a catch, a throw, and a catch before you'll be retired.
And that keeps the inning going as a result of the error, our first error of the day. As up at the plate now is Darcy Moore with a runner at first. 2 outs, 1-0 the count. Moore gets underneath it, fouls it back, 1-1.
The coaching staff taking a check, making sure that arm in the bullpen is ready to go from Dartmouth.
Did he go around?
Yes, he did.
Yes, 1-2. And called strike 3. Darcy Moore sat down on strikes, and that ends the rally attempt.
And froze the big stick from Newmarket with that pitch. That was one of the few times that I think he was able to use the off-speed and breaking pitch to kind of finish off a batter. He's been able to spot his fastball pretty well, but at late in the count, he's been looking for that pitch. And I think if he finishes off the game at that point, just under 100 pitches, he'll have done his job for Dartmouth and delivered, I think, a solid outing to get them propelled to their second game with a win.
Still a 9-4 ball game as we enter the bottom of the 6th inning. The Dry looking for, we'll see if they add, if any, more insurance to their lead. Because we've seen big rallies before from this run point, if not more, at this ballpark in the past. Again, look at the scoreboard. That 6-run second inning is still hanging the balance for the rest of this ball game. That has just constantly weighed over what's been a stellar offensive game 4. One has been a good one for Nova Scotia.
And obviously McKinley has helped himself on both sides. It looks like he may be coming to bat here. It's a good thing when your pitcher's helping yourself, helping himself offensively and helping the team. So doing his best Otani impression is McKinley here.
Last time up, he ended up getting hit by a pitch. Starts off speed, missing 1-0. Swings and a miss. 1-1.
Went fishing a bit there on the outside half.
1-1. That one watched. 2-1. And reaches that one down in the dirt. 2-2.
Good movement late there.
The 2-2. Down to the dirt again. 3-2. On deck is Triner. And he'll move into the box with a walk from the predecessor. That's the second walk today for McKinley.
See what they do here with McKinley. If he's intending to come out of the game fully, they may want to make the switch for the pinch runner, but I don't think it matters. Well, no, we have some movement from the coaching staff here from Dartmouth. We'll see if that move is made. McKinley, I'm sure, is thinking, I'm here to steal bases. But no, they're making the move.
That's going to be his ball game here. So a pinch runner is the decision. And it's going to be the end of a stellar performance, especially in the second half for McKinley. A grand slam. Part of what's propelled him ahead. Brett McMullen, who competed in the home run derby last night, will be the one who gets to move to first.
One of the Sydney Sooners pickups, 22-year-old. Safe lead at first.
Starts off with a strike this time, Trider does. 0-1.
Dartmouth will probably be looking to move station to station here with hits. Not take any chances and see what Newmarket gives them.
Swing to miss. 0-2. Up the middle, off the pitcher.
Nice
Throw
play.
over to first, still gets the out.
Again, sparkling defense from Lunny at short all day, able to barehand that ball that caromed off the pitcher's glove. Interesting to note there, if the ball's probably played past the pitcher, Dungavel, you probably have an easier time of turning two on the play, but as it stands, you try to field everything you can, and as it was deflected, Lunny had to make a great play going to his right after pivoting and making the crossbody throw.
Jack Bader now up. That one caught for a strike in the bottom corner, 0-1.
A 25-year-old out of Dartmouth.
One off speed, missed outside, 1-1.
A good season, Fader, if I can trust his stats. 420 RBIs.
That one misses again, 2-1.
Looking to get off the schneid today. He's hitless on the morning.
2-1. Good catch by the pitcher. It causes a run down. Mullen gets tagged. That's going to be the second out.
The young man fooled on that one as it come back into the pitcher. Good job by Dungavel getting a glove on that. That was a hot shot, but at the same time, the responsibility of the runner coming off second is to make sure that ball is past the pitcher and to his left before he tries to advance to third. Not the best of base running decisions, but that's a learning experience for him at this level.
And that's going to bring up Chris Head again. And this one caught smoothly by McLaughlin for 4 unassisted as we head to the top of the 7th.
Hot shot from Coach Head. Left fielder trying to get his first hit of the day, but unfortunately, right at the second baseman.
So far, the action here at Burt Lacoste Park staying intense.
I want to remind viewers that to stay tuned after the game for the live press conference. It will be aired with the coaches from each team along with the player of the game. As the staff here surrounding the event have in place some probable folks to represent. Signaling the umpire signaling in the pitching change. As we mentioned, it will be number 52, Kyle Armsworthy from Lower Sackville, the 26-year-old right-hander.
And Armsworthy, one of the players they added. We'll touch upon in a moment. Here's a look at the schedule reminder that Saskatchewan, Manitoba, their representatives play at 1 o'clock today. Nova Scotia once again back for 4 p.m. against Alberta. BC Tecumseh closes out the day here in Tecumseh. So again, back to Armsworthy. It's one of the pickups they have from the Kentville Wildcats. It's one of several pitchers added to the staff like Garrett Nicholson, like Riley O'Rourke for this tournament. He'll be relied upon here to close the door on the ball game. Top of the 7th led off by Sanford this time, followed by McLaughlin, then Telford. Starts things off with a strike, 0-1.
Sanford looking for his first hit of the day.
Launches that one just below the knees, 1-1. Solid contact to the gap. Tracked down, however, by Head. And it's still a base hit.
Good job by Sanford going down, dropping the barrel on that one to lift it to left field. That was a nice piece of hitting.
Here's a look on the replay. Right there, yeah.
Just slashing it to left. McLaughlin, as we mentioned, part of the Durham College Lords baseball program, won a national championship in the former Canadian Intercollegiate Baseball Association. I believe that event was hosted right here by St. Clair College at Micmac Park. When I say right here, I mean in the region.
Try McLaughlin to center field. He gets aboard with a base hit. A bit of a muff by Cuvier. Allows the runners to move to the corners. Runners at the corners here all of a sudden with no outs in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, the center field kind of overran that a little bit, didn't block the ball, keep it in front of him. There wasn't going to be much of a play there going to third. Should have been able to hold the runner at second, but unfortunately that we have first and third. Doesn't really change the dynamic too much, but obviously you don't want to let runners get extra bases in this situation. You want to make them move station to station without any assistance.
So Cavalier at first. Rather, McLaughlin at first, Sanford at third. It's a slide to keep it there by Raptors. 1-0 the count now for Telford.
Telford also looking for his first hit of the game.
Down in the dirt. And last time up for him, he struck out, also had a bunt attempt, also had a pop-up in the first inning.
Not playing to pull on the second base side. They want to play for the double play. They want outs here.
Telford plays into a double play. Throw back to first, gets the second out. And that brings us to 2 outs in the top of the 7th.
Well done by Dartmouth in that situation. First baseman, a nice play. And Armsworthy hustling over, as he should, and with any ball hit to the right side, and gets in position to retire the end of that double play connection. So really nice baseball.
That brings up Lenny Wood. First strike, 0-1.
Wood, another Newmarket batter, still looking for his first hit of the tournament.
Wood played to short. Throw to first. That does it. And Nova Scotia's representative, the Dartmouth Thrive, start off the tournament 1-0. They pick up the win. 9-5 is your final, Ted.
Impressive start by Nova Scotia, I think, against, one of the favorites in this event in Newmarket. But ultimately, they made the place. Solid pitching, solid defense, and obviously an explosion of offense that allowed this group to gain some momentum moving into their second game of the tournament. They should be thrilled with their performance to start it off.
Absolutely thrilled is the statement that you can make here. Outright dominant second inning ends up being the difference maker essentially in this ball game to be able to win this one for Nova Scotia.
Not much doubt here who we think the player of the game will be.
Tell you the player of the game bat will be presented in a few moments to Anthony McKinley. He had a grand slam and 6 innings pitched in the ball game. He had you'll have a souvenir bat waiting for him courtesy of Backyard Bat Company. In just a few moments' time, they are now calling that over the PA system. Now, those tune in. Stay tuned after this matchup and after this ceremony of the bat, because we'll have a live press conference that'll be aired with each of the coaches from these teams and your player of the game, Anthony McKinley. Stand on by for post-game coverage. Those press conferences coming up in just a couple moments. You're watching We Digital. Stay tuned for post-game coverage.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Baron Championship rings. This is who we are.
Every child should learn how to swim for health, for safety, and for fun. That's why we've started Canada's Swim Team. Learn to swim at least 25 meters on your own, and you're on the team. Canada's Swim Team. It's that easy. Help make us the world's largest swim team by adding your name at getswimming.ca. Ask your parents first. Swimming, the only sport that can save your life.
Welcome back to Lacoste Park here in Tecumseh, Ontario. Let's head on down field side to the press conference. Bill Chapman standing alongside.
Okay, the post-game press conference between the Newmarket Hawks and Dartmouth Drive. We have the head coach of both Dartmouth and Newmarket and the MVP that went from Dartmouth. Just go through the last thing going through your head when you hit that grand slam.
Bases loaded. I was just trying to get the ball in the air to, get a sac fly or something, put the ball and play hard. I was just looking for a pitch over the middle of the plate away, and I got that pitch and I put a barrel on it.
What was your feeling when you actually saw that thing sail up?
Honestly, I blacked out going around the bases. Pretty exciting time. Just to get those extra insurance runs was a great thing.
Okay, we'll go to Nova Scotia, coach. Getting the opening game jitters out of the way. You obviously got the win. What are your feelings now going into the tournament with this opening game there?
We're feeling good. I mean, we had a pitching plan, and all we got to do is hit, and that's what we were really looking for today. You can plan as much as you want, but playing a team like Ontario, game one, you're hitting a hard matchup right away. So for the boys to put the sticks together like they did today that was our biggest win today. Obviously, the big dog took care of the rest, but I was glad to see everybody up and down the lineup hitting. So that's a good sign.
Now, this facility? What was it like to come into this and see this, and we're going to play in this facility?
All I could think was, can we please get something like this back home? Please. It's beautiful. It's perfect. The field crew, the tournament organizers have done an incredible job. It feels like walking into, I was in Detroit's spring training facility earlier this summer. It's almost exactly the same. It's incredible. And we really appreciate everything that everyone's done and appreciate you guys being here.
Same question for you. How do you feel walking into the facility, playing your first game?
Well, the facility itself. I mean, I've been coming here back since I was a player, And I mean, it's always been top notch, but you know what they did here over the last year and change has been nothing short of spectacular. Like it's a professional quality stadium.
Now, first game loss. What can you do to not better prepare, but prepare for your next game, and get the win?
Yeah, a couple things. First of all, ensure that some people aren't allowed to play for multiple provinces. But I mean, we did a lot of things really well today. We fielded the ball cleanly. We put a ton of balls in play. A lot of them were just, atom balls, right? One hoppers to people that, normally find holes, or line drives that just stay up a little too long. So, I'm not looking at a ton of negatives in this game. We know it's a long week. We're out of the gates. We're not where we want to be, but we have work to do, and we know we can do it.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Enjoy the rest of the tournament.
Thank you. It's beer o'clock. Beer o'clock. Oh, absolutely.
And with that being said, it's time to say goodbye for our first game of the day. Nova Scotia once again coming away with the win over Ontario's representatives, 9-5 your score. With that being said, we'll see you at 1 p.m. for our second matchup of the day from Tecumseh.